Hello, class. Sorry I got this a little later today than I normally do, but still on time, I suppose. I wanted to talk about astrochemistry. So, chemistry, of course, being the central science, as it's been called, it has many branches in its and various other studies, and one of them is astronomy. And this one here talks about minerals on Mars. And it's interesting. So we have orbiters around Mars, and we also have uh, some probes on there, like Curiosity. So I've heard this before. Mars is the only planet that is completely habited by robots right now. I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, we have some robots on Mars, and we also have probes orbiting Mars, and we're looking specifically for carbonates. And well, according to the article, I'm not an expert in these types of reactions, but according to the article, that these carbonate minerals had to have been formed the like habitable, like, well, very close or habitable or very close to habitable temperatures, and a really relatively high pressure of of carbon dioxide, about 1 bar. That's close to an atmosphere. That's within 99% of an atmosphere. It's so a bar is 100 kilopascals, and that an atmosphere is 101.9 kilopascals. So they're pretty close. Russia uses their standard pressure to be a bar, and here in the United States, our standard pressure is an atmosphere. So we're very close to each other, for instance. And there was about a pressure of about a bar of carbon dioxide back when they found these ions, and also indicates that there was water, and the water evaporated to form these carbonates. So it's interesting, and they could only find these by taking them and looking at it, because the sulfates that were in the rocks, they masked the signal from space. I mean, first of all, it's amazing that they can probe that far from space, right? And now that we have the Curiosity rover to analyze this is interesting. So this suggests, it adds more to suggest that Mars was habitable. And I mean, there's some bigger pictures with this. So the question is, did life on Earth, did it develop here on Earth, or were we seeded with life somewhere else? That's called transpermia, where like the life can be seeded from other places. So we don't know. I mean, this right now we don't know. We haven't discovered life outside of the Earth, and unless you count, we've seen some tardigrades that survive in space, but it's hard to say. Another interesting fact: whenever something is sent to Mars, it has to be, by international laws, be completely sterile, because we do not want to seed life to Mars, and at least because, well, we haven't found life, but we also don't want to have Earth invasive life on Mars. So, but life as we know it, as far as I understand, probably couldn't survive on Mars. The water, for instance, the water they have on Mars is not like wonderful drinking water, that you get here. It's really salty and has many things like perchlorates in it, and that's what they use to make cheap fireworks. So I mean, it's not like this is a tropical garden waiting to be seeded. It's very far from it. But I look at this. I don't know this picture here. This picture of the surface of Mars. That's kind of scary. I read the book The Martian. I also, of course, saw the movie with Matt Damon. But I remember reading the book, and I like that author, Anthony Weir, and he talks about what it was like. Well, I mean, it's fiction, of course, but it was interesting to see that. And I mean, I personally would have a hard time. I would not be the volunteer to go to Mars, to be perfectly honest with you. So maybe some other celestial body. I don't know. I'll sign up for the moon. That's only a 4-day journey, So why not? Well, I hope you enjoyed the article. Hope you're having a great week. If things are not going well, like if your basic needs are not being met, if you're dealing with some mental health issues, or if you're having academic issues, please let me know, and I'll do what I can to help out. Aloha.